what it was. Y'all know who it is. And y'all tuned in with. And this ain't nothing but some cosmic insight. And say, before I even get into all that, I want to address something real fast. Because I've been seeing some people make some little snide comments, and I'm starting to take that shit as hate. So before I lose my temper and it progress into some extra shit, I might as well address it. And understand that I don't like explaining myself at all. So for me to do so is a tremendous luxury. Okay. So I seen someone try to imply that I'm reading my placements off the internet while I'm doing my videos. And I've seen other people be like, I can tell you're reading. And hey, man, that's all cool. But let me show y'all something. Okay. When we talking about reading. You see that, y'all? Let me see if I can get a good angle on that so y'all can get the name. See the name of that right there. That says Mercury in the 10th. Mars in the 10th. That says Sun in the 1st. What else we got in here? That says Sun in the 10th. These are all handwritten. 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 That's just this week. There's more. Oh, there's more. Let me show you something, man. You see what that says right there? I don't know if y'all can see that. That says Pisces rising or Pisces ascendant. Handwritten. This says Saturn in the 10th house. Handwritten. Pages on pages. Matter of fact, there are so many pages since September of 2020. So 10 months ago. You see all these? There's even more. There's even more. You see all these? You see all these? Since September of 2020, I myself have written almost 2,000 pages on astrology. So, if you see me reading, you might, but it's my shit. Don't ever disrespect my hard work, man. Every night, I'm up into the middle of the night, man, writing with my pen, applying my intuition, using my empathy to put myself in people's position and have these placements. And if that don't work, I'll do the research. I'll read. I'll ask people that I know that have these placements. I'll put myself in their shoes. So, hey, man, I'm a real astrologer. There's nothing wrong with people that read their shit off the internet. Best believe. Okay. Because it's not about the knowledge. It's about what you're doing with it. But not I. I'm not doing that. I'm the truth. You can ask the thousands of people that have gotten readings from me. Hell, hundreds of them watch this channel right here. And all of them will give testimony because I haven't gotten one bad review yet. So don't ever disrespect me, man. I work hard. It's all out of love and everything like that. But hey, man, I'm up until the middle of the night. And no, I'm not winging it when I'm doing these videos, man. I'm applying my hard work and dedication. Okay. Each one of these videos is 3 or 4 pages of me working hard and writing and trying to sort it out, because not only can I not talk in a straight line because I'm an INFJ personality type and me writing it down helps me talk in a straight line, but also because my spirit guide tells me to write them down because that's a book. I'm now 2,000 pages into an astrology book or several astrology books. What the fuck are you doing with your life? Yeah. This right here is not for fun for me. This is not my hobby. You see me with the hat. You see me with the merch. You see me doing this because I'm a professional. I had a good job as an astrologer for another company. But no, it was time for me to do my own thing and talk to y'all my way. So here we are. Okay. So don't hate on that. There's the answer to your question. So we got all the seriousness out the way. It's time to have some fun, man. And we might just have a sexy good time today. Okay. Because this right here, this a little something about those people that have Mars in the 5th house of their natal chart. And before we even go there, man, if you don't know my style, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to tell you a little bit about Mars. I'm going to give y'all a little information on the energy that comes on with it and how it might affect you. Then after that, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about what the 5th house of the astrological chart is all about. And then after that, we're going to bring it to a climax, which fortunately for you, this is what I do best. So without wasting any more time, let's get cracking. So Mars, man, Mars. This is the 4th planet from the sun. Mars rules the 1st house of the zodiac chart as well as the sign of Aries. And to a lesser degree, it rules the 8th house in the sign of Scorpio. And Mars most definitely calls us to action in our chart, man. And that's because it rules over energy, passion, drive, and our inherent sense of determination. And hey, man, Mars really wants us to stand up, be noticed, and get some shit done. Because sitting on the sidelines, that wallflower energy, that belongs somewhere else in the zodiac player. Mars also rules over the military, but more simply put, it speaks to the power and confident expression of each one of us individually. And ambition, competition, assertion, all that comes under Mars umbrella as well. And it can represent our stamina too. And whether it be at work or at play, Mars wants us to be at our best when facing challenges. That's because Mars is confrontational. It's the most confrontational energy that we have. And Mars also speaks to our sense of aggression in the natal chart, and as well as our sense of addressing aggression when it's brought in our direction. Okay. In men, Mars could be a huge indicator of your sex drive. Mars is a lot, but either way it goes, we're talking about men or women, masculine or feminine energy. Either way, even though Mars is masculine energy, I'm saying in whatever energy it's working with, hey, Mars is going to manifest in a way that, hey, man, it shows how you move. It shows your preferred style of action. It shows how you get down. It might show how you like to get handled too in those type of situations. All kinds of things, man. And so wherever Mars shows up in the chart, it really speaks to how we assert ourselves physically on this plane of existence. It shows how we channel our aggression and our sexual energy and our passion too. And so when we talk about the 5th house, the 5th house, if the 4th is all about the roots and being at home, then the 5th is kind of where you burst onto the scene in your full motherfucking glory, man. That's because it's ruled by the sun in Leo, and it represents the natural blooming of your character in its most concentrated form. And, hey, man, it's here in the 5th that the great test involves, acting out one's innermost nature by virtue of purity of motive. And this is the house of creativity. This is the house of drama. This is the house of fun. This is the house of children. This is the house of casual sexual experiences and dating. Yeah. The 8th, this is deep intimacy. Okay. The 8th is taboo. That's nastiness. Okay. The 5th, this is sex too. This is fun sex. This is the sex you have fun doing. This is not marriage. This is not all that. This is getting it in. Okay. The 5th shows when you're getting it in. And even besides that, man, it's here that it's all about the positive release of one's energy. It's here that, you do your best shit, and whatever sign and planets might be on the cusp right here in the 5th house, or whatever signs on the cusp and planets might be in the 5th, they show where your power lies creatively and even kind of how you portray yourself on the stage of life. And this is how you should get your shine on. Best believe, man. And the 5th is about your passion and what stirs it. Yeah, man. And it really speaks to how we express joy. And if there's a malefic here like Saturn or Chiron or something like that, it shows what might be repressing your sense of joy, man. This is the realm of the eternal child. And, it speaks to how we have the most fun too. So, yeah. So we taking Mars and we put Mars in the 5th house, man. Well, hey, man, the first thing to understand is that this is a hot placement, man. This might be one of the hottest placements there are because, look, you're taking Mars, the god of war, cardinal fire, ruled by Aries, and you're placing him in the 5th house with fixed fire. That's ruled by Leo, man. And so what you get right here is awesome creativity and a lively energy and, red hot, steamy, passionate sexual encounters, man, and fun. Lots of it. I mean, fun, man. These motherfuckers right here are so full of energy, especially if Mars happens to fall in another fire sign or air sign. But either way it goes, man, these motherfuckers right here need action. They about that action. And, while it definitely, could be different, man, these people right here, These are usually really bombastic people. Yeah. Mr. Bombastic. Focus on bombastic. Mr. Whoa. Hey, for real though. But hey, man, they don't do boring. These people right here, they don't do boring. They love to play, and they also enjoy competing at just about anything more. Matter of fact, they enjoy competing just about more than anything else, especially if there's a chance to win. Cause, we all know that there ain't nothing sweeter to Mars than victory. Best believe. But you always got to add some moderation in the mix and be careful. Cause, these folks right here, they might not necessarily strictly play by the rules with this one, because I've seen a lot of people right here with this placement. They ain't above taking a shortcut or, doing a little something extra on the cool to sweeten things in their favor. Okay. That's just how it goes. So yeah. And let me also say with this one that, I've seen that this could go a few different ways, because on one hand with this one, it could point to somebody that really enjoys competing or even really enjoys fighting to a certain extent. I mean, thoroughly enjoys squabbling. For real, man. But on the other, it could also point to somebody, who really feels passionate about the stage or acting or something like that. And hey, man, it could be both, man. And this right here, these would make awesome, like action movie stars or something like that, or stuntmen or something like that, man, the more that I think about it. But either way it goes, man, they like doing shit. This is not somebody that wants to be sitting still, man. So they typically ain't the ones that's going to be sitting up reading for hours or doing Sudoku or anything like that. Nah, man. This right here, this Mars speaks of people with dynamic hobbies and a flair for the dramatic. But you have to definitely look at the sign to see how it's going to play out and, what they might enjoy doing the most too also, man. And I do know one thing, man. Whether they openly admit this shit right here or not, man, 11 out of 12 of these motherfuckers right here, they absolutely love being the center of attention. And, hey, man, most of them are going to do what it takes, man, to get to that place, man. And so a lot of them, they're going to be a lot more on the extroverted side. And they also ain't above, exhibiting a little attention seeking behavior. Okay. Not with this one every now and then. Okay. So just remember that, man. But be careful, because I do also know this. Mars in the 5th house people, they love to exaggerate. And, that can be a little pitfall, because, overestimating your capabilities or, telling people that you can do something and not being able to deliver the goods, that usually doesn't end up in a good way. But maybe they don't care about that either, because they like to fight. So there's all kinds of ways, man. And, moving on from that, let's also not forget that, the 5th speaks to dating, and the 5th speaks to our casual sexual affairs. Yes, sir. And so with Mars here, it says that these people right here are excellent, vigorous, and extremely attentive lovers, man. Okay. These people right here, they thoroughly enjoy fucking just about above all else, man. And they good at it. Oh, are they good at it, man? And, they might just put a lot of that energy into it, man, that they have. Like, that just might be something that they outdoing. A lot of their time and energy might be spent pursuing sexual encounters. Okay. And this could be somebody that could maybe at some point, evolve into a pickup artist or something like that, man. And, there's nothing wrong with that. I promise you, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as we're being safe and we're being respectful of other people's feelings. But this is Mars. This is Mars. So with this, man, there could definitely be a lot of conflict and a lot of fights going on because of their hoish ways. Because this right here, I didn't want to say it openly, but fuck holding back. After everything we done said already, this right here can give a motherfucker, not necessarily, so don't take it the wrong way and say, I ain't no hoe. Don't tag me in the comments. This right here can give you some hoish ways. It can add some promiscuity into the mix. Okay. And hey, on another note, man, the fifth house it's also all about children. We're going to switch to a positive note. You know, both your own inner child and also any kind of children that come into your life, generally speaking. And to be honest, this is actually a really beneficial placement when it comes to that too, man, because it points to, you know, a really jovial relationship with kids due to the fact that both of these people right here, they love to play and they have so much energy and they're so vibrant that they'll just have a really good time together. And even beyond that, if it's not speaking of that, this could speak of somebody that might have had an Aries child or two, okay? Or it could speak of someone having mainly male children. And, you know, it could mean that too, man. Or it could, you know, show that, you know, you have some really assertive, competitive, active kids, okay? But, if Mars is afflicted, it could also speak of a really tumultuous relationship with a lot of conflict with your kids. So there's a whole bunch of things to consider and look at. Okay. This is astrology. So nothing's absolute. You can always find a loophole and find, oh, that's why that happened. That's the kind of thing with astrology, man. And look, y'all, man, this actually is really a usually positive placement, man. But never forget that Mars does bring danger and conflict to whatever house that he shows up at. That's always, man. And so the first thing I want to warn you about with this one right here is gambling. Yeah, man. This one ain't good for that, man. If this is your placement, do not do it. Don't do it. Okay. Because it's going to cause some shit for you, man. And on that side, on that same vibe, you know, let's make sure that we're not gambling and taking too many risks and we're out here having these fun sexual escapades either. Okay. Because that ain't fair to nobody involved if you're out there doing nasty shit and spreading nasty shit. So let's not do that. Take your own health into the mix. Okay. And, you know, don't make yourself be put into some situations, you know, fooling with people you had no business fooling with because, Mars right here ain't scared of nothing either. And, you know, you want that drama. Mars right here, it speaks of drama. It does speak of drama. It speaks of fun. It's not serious too much. It's fun. It's creative. You know, it's passionate, but there's going to be some drama, man. There's going to be some drama. And also, man, you know, if you're doing all this is Mars in the fifth. This definitely means that action that you getting in, it could produce a whole bunch of kids. So let's not do that. Let's not have this Mars in the fifth manifest into some kid that's having Neptune in the fourth and Neptune in the 10th later on and don't know who the hell their daddy is. So it is what it is. But even if it don't play out like that, just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. And what I mean is, hey, man, we all have all this energy available to us. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And that's some priceless knowledge in itself. And there's been some priceless knowledge of self. Y'all need to be hitting that like button right now. You need to be smiling. You need to be hitting that like button. Hey, man, I know I went in, so there's no point in not hitting anything else but the like button. Okay? Y'all share this, man. I appreciate all the love and support. If y'all are interested in astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below or you can email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Hey, man, I appreciate all the love and support, man. Y'all keep it down like 4 flats.